everybody, welcome back. So recently the nice people at Superclean sent me a little care package with some of their product in it. Oh, and a hat and a shirt. Thank you very much for the hat and shirt. It is much appreciated. And suggested that I might want to use these in a video at some point or another. And I have used Superclean for years, but I've always just used the standard Superclean product. So when I saw this in there, this Superclean all-wheel cleaner, I thought, yeah, let's test these out. And one thing the regular super cleaner says, avoid prolonged contact on motorcycles, aluminum, untreated glass, and painted surfaces. Whereas the wheel cleaner does not have those warnings on it. I have some dirty wheels and I have a hose. I'm not going to be using a pressure washer. I just have a standard, well, I don't know if it's standard. I just have a hose nozzle with some different tips that can be put on it. And I don't really even have great water pressure here. And I have some fairly dirty wheels. These wheels were on the front and they are pretty filthy with brake dust. Now I live in Arizona and it is 8 a.m. and about 90 degrees out. So there's really not much I can do about temperature or things like that, and you can see they're pretty awful. These just got rotated from the front, that's why there's so much brake dust on them. So let's give it a shot. Let's do one wheel at a time. Let's start with this wheel and let's just use the standard Superclean product on it. And the instructions are, make sure the surface is as cool as possible. Well, it's 8 a.m. I mean, it is what it is. I do live in Arizona. Cover surface with Superclean in the appropriate strength. Full strength is appropriate to me. Allowing time to dissolve grease and grime. Do not allow to dry on surface. Well, again, it's Arizona and it's 90 degrees out. So let's see if we can get, I haven't sprayed a single thing out of either of these yet. So there we go. Let's spray it on there. In the appropriate strength, which is full strength. I'm just good. This stuff is, oh yes, good stuff. So sure we get it. All right, give it time, it says. What's the right amount of time? It is now 7:56. In about 8 minutes, but I think we're in danger of drying if it hasn't already. So let's spray it off. Get the water off the lens. All right, there you go. That didn't do a bad job, but you can still see in there where it's going to have to be scrubbed. All right, instructions on the all-wheel cleaner. Clean one wheel at a time. Rinse wheel thoroughly with cold water. So they want you to get it wet first. Then coat wheel surface with Superclean from 6 inches away. Allow foaming action to work for 30 seconds. For extremely dirty wheels, which I mean they're dirty. I don't know if I call them extremely dirty. I've seen a lot worse. But for extremely dirty wheels, agitate with a soft brush sponge. Rinse wheel thoroughly. Dry wheel with, yeah, right, I'm going to dry the wheel. Okay, let's get it wet. And then let's spray it down. I don't know, I'd say that's rinsed thoroughly, wouldn't you? Spray from 6 inches away with the correct product. Turn it to on from 6 inches away. Want to make sure I hit those little pocket areas. Allow 30 seconds. Maybe I gave the other side too long. I don't know. Let's make sure I get around the rim. Make sure I get in there. All right. Allow 30 seconds. I'm not counting, are you? All right, I would say that's about 30 seconds from when I started. See what we get. All right. I have to admit that there are some places where you can still see dirt. It obviously still did need to be brushed, but it's very soft at this point. Let's look at the other side again. Oh yeah. Did a way better job over there than it did here. That or this one was that much worse, and I don't know why it would be. You'd think on the passenger side it would have not been as bad. All right, it's had a few minutes to dry, and you can see the sun is up there, so this side of the vehicle is in the sun, but it's pretty much at a pretty extreme angle. And I'm going to kind of let this speak for itself. It's just going to be impossible to get two identical wheels, even though these have both been on the same vehicle, both on the fronts for the same amount of time. Neither had been clean for a while. And I think both sides needed some brush work. And I, of course, did not do that. But you can see I still got a lot of dirt back there in the pockets. I mean, it looks a lot better, but it's not as good as this side over here. And yes, this side's in the shade, so, but this side is cleaner. It still needed some brush work, without a doubt. That was my test in comparison of the two. Thanks again to Superclean for sending those out to me. Thanks to you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, want me to test it on different stuff, let me know, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.